Oh my gosh, look at that fish, Pete. Oh my gosh, look at that fish, Pete. There we go. Another, look at that. Got him, you got him, you got him. Oh, nice fish. The head is what it's. The head is big. That is just incredible. Look at the size of that thing. Look at that walleye. Come on, hard. Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Today's show is brought to you by Mercury Marine, #1 on the water, by Bass Pro Shops, by Frable, innovating the outdoors, by your Toyota dealer, by Mills Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters, by Yamaha, ATVs and snowmobiles, by Bitzer Creek Zip Lures, by Leinenkugels, by Menards, and by Johnsonville Brats. Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. I'll tell you folks, for late November, it is absolutely a beautiful day. And in the springtime, everybody thinks about the Wolf and the Fox River coming out of Lake Winnebago, but Larry Smith thinks about it in the fall.
How's it going?
Good to see you, buddy. I don't think a lot of folks realize how good the fishing can be on the Winnebago system in the rivers in the fall.
Well, I tell you, John, it's probably my favorite time of year up here. It's a lot quieter, obviously, than in the spring. You just got to put up with the elements. It's so confined up here, you can get out of the wind, and that's the key to, being comfortable. And there's plenty of fish. Most of the fish you catch are 14 to 17 inches, great eaters, along with a bunch of catfish. You got crappies. There's pretty much everything up here, John. Just a fun way to fish. So I figured I'd call you up and we'd come up here and shoot a show.
Yeah, it's kind of like a day off for us.
Yeah.
We got Bob, our buddy here, who's ice fished with us before. He'll help us out catching fish. But again, a grab bag scenario, and we'll have fun, right?
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about.
Sounds good, buddy. Folks, we'll show we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
I've always been an Optimax fan, and the new Mercury 115 horsepower Optimax is an awesome engine. Not only does it deliver the acceleration I want, but it's lighter, more powerful, and just as clean as most four-strokes in its class. Optimax is 45% more fuel efficient than traditional two-strokes. If you want that kind of power and performance working for you, go with the new 115 Optimax and go for the max. Mercury, #1 on the water.
Look at that one blast that thing.
All right.
At Bass Pro Shops, we know these are the times of life.
I got a fish here.
He's ahead. Oh, man.
Be ready for them.
Look at that fish. That's a nice fish.
No matter how you like to shop, get more outdoors for your money with Bass Pro Shops.
Hey, welcome back, folks. I'll tell you, that didn't take long. I missed one. Larry's got one. But I'll tell you, this Wolf River can be really hot in the fall like this, Larry. And tell the folks basically what we're doing, how we're fishing these babies.
You can do it a couple ways. You can anchor up and pump jigs into the current. You want to have a jig that's light enough when you lift it, it falls right back in the same spot. It doesn't jump ahead. But we're just slipping with the current. And I'll tell you, most of the fish you catch are all males. Anywhere from 14 to 17 inches. Good eating fish.
No size limit. So that's the right size to keep right there for a fish fry, folks. And they are delicious,
This is the best eating fish in the state.
Hey, here we go, Lair.
Yeah,
The reason we're using the Frable net, it's not because of the size of these walleyes.
4-pound test
Well,
line
yeah, that's one thing I want to talk about is the fact that, you recommended using ultralight rods and reels for this type of fishing. Well, these are cold fish. Is there a reason for that, Larry?
It is, John, because you got a lot better feel. Plus, the fish aren't that big, 14 to 17 inches, and it gives you a good fight.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun.
What we're using here is just a little jig.
Yep.
You can actually dead hook these minnows.
That's what you got here, too. Yeah, I was trying stinger hooks, but it wasn't working as good, so I was running the hook a little bit farther back, like you call dead sticking or dead head in it, and it works real good.
These are the best eating walleyes,
excellent.
buddy. You're going to clean them for me?
I always do.
I'll tell you what, you clean them, I'll cook some brats for you.
Oh, that's a good
All
deal.
right?
I'll take that any day of the week. Here we go.
Hey, way to go, Larry.
Oh.
You need the Frable there,
I got
buddy?
the
Yeah,
Frable.
that's a nice walleye. That is another nice walleye there, buddy. I'll tell you something, folks. This is amazing to be able to be doing this type of fishing in late November. And we kind of talked about it at the top of the show that these river systems that come out of Lake Winnebago, is this kind of like the spawning run? Hold that fish up, Larry. Is this kind of like the spring spawning run? Do you get as many fish?
Oh, John, I tell you, you can get more fish, but you're not going to get the size. Most of these are males. You know, I tell you what happens is the water temperature actually in the spring starts coming up, and that's what triggers the fish to come into the rivers. In the fall, it's like a reverse. It starts dropping down, and the males, obviously, are the only ones that fall for that. It's like they call it a false run.
Okay, I got you.
Plus, the shiners come up, and they feed on them, but good eating fish.
No, you look at that, and I'll tell you something, folks. You're not hurting the system by keeping walleyes this size. Oh, just missed one. And that is eating quality like salmon or like lobster. Or what, you know,
it doesn't get any better, let's say that.
I got one. You got one too,
John.
Double header. There we go, buddy. Let's see what you got. All right. Way to go, man. Two of them at the same time. That is pretty cool, isn't
They're
it, Larry?
nice fish, too, I'll tell you, boy, John. They're like colognes, too, all males. That's the nice part about this.
Yeah, that is
fishing
cool.
in the fall like that, but you know, it seems like you find one, you know, you'll find a whole pile of them right there.
What kind of structure do you look for? Do you look for flats,
deep
drop-offs?
holes. Everything's been in the holes the last couple of weeks. You know, sometimes you get them up on the flats, but mostly everything's been coming in deeper stuff. You know, 15 to 20 foot. Hey, we got our friend Bob there's.
Hey, Bob, are you going to help us catch fish here or what, buddy? Here we go, Larry. Ooh, this one's fighting pretty good. I might have to do a little back reel here. That's the thing with this 4-pound test. There you go, nice walleye. There you go, buddy.
Good job.
I'll tell you, that is fun. And you know what's interesting too about this vertical jigging is with this lighter line like this, is you can really got a good feel. You know that, Larry? But when you get a big fish on, that gets a little bit scary, right?
Especially with that 4-pound test.
Now, one thing we should talk about too is you've been getting some catfish, and we might try that a little bit later on today. But can you use the light rods?
Yeah, that's what I've been using, John. It's fun. Boy, the drags just sing on them too.
How big are the cats?
8 to like 12 pounds. Some nice ones.
Now that, folks, is a nice walleye. That's a good solid 15, 16-inch walleye. Hey,
I'll be cleaning fish for you,
three-piece, huh?
Hey,
Larry, I don't.
What you got there?
I think I got a big old sturgeon on here, buddy.
Cat,
and this is where you got these little ultralight rods and 4-pound tests.
I can't believe it. 4-pound test.
Whoa, am I gaining on him at all?
I think a little bit till you tick him off.
Whoa,
and he goes back to the
look at that. Wow. that rod's almost in half here. Oh, man. There he goes. He's just going at will there, buddy.
You ticked him off now.
Whoa, 4-pound test line. Should we just see if we can get them up for the fun of it?
You can do whatever you want.
Well, this happens, folks. You got sturgeon up here this time of the year, and we're obviously not going to hurt the fish and release them right away. But I just want to see, out of interest, if I can get them up or not. All right. Here he goes around this side of the boat. There we go. I got him on back reel here. There we go. Hey, Larry, I'll tell you, I busted off on that sturgeon I had on, but now our buddy Tim over here has got one on, and he's had it on for about 15 minutes. Look at him battle that fish, Larry. That is interesting, isn't it? That pretty common, Larry?
Yeah, John, I tell you, in some of these deep holes like this, they pack up.
Keep going, buddy. I want to see this.
This year, there hasn't been as many as normal. How's it going, Tim?
Well, I'll tell you, Tim's had this baby on. How long, Tim, have you had this on? About 10 minutes? Oh, yeah. Move that Frable, Larry, so we can see there, buddy. Get right up close to him if we can. Oh, is that a beautiful fish?
I'd like to see that one this winter.
Oh, is that gorgeous?
You know what? You got him with a stinger, too.
You know, that is a massive fish. Tim, what are you going to do here, buddy? I don't know what you're going to do here. Yeah, is there a chance? Oh, that thing is just a sow. Man, is that a monster. Holy cow. There he goes. There he goes. Oh, hey, nice job, buddy.
Tim,
hey, that was just kind of fun to see, you know. That is a blast.
Look at his line.
Oh, your arm, yeah. Now, Lake Winnebago has the largest population of lake sturgeon in the world, is that correct?
Yep, it's all natural, John, I'll tell you. And I think it's something that hopefully they never deplete the system. I think the spearing is the only season we have on them, and I think they've been taking way too many fish out of the system.
Wasn't that a beautiful, that was a 50-some inch fish, wasn't it?
I hope we have them forever, I'll tell you.
Ooh, Larry. Ooh, another nice one. Oh, buddy. I'll tell you, that is fun, you know that? And you know what's really neat, folks, is your vertical jigging, you know, they just kind of hang on and you set the hook. But we're looking at right now is one of your buddies, and you can kind of explain what vertical jigging is. You use your bow mount, huh, as we're watching this other boat do it?
Yeah, it's important most of the time to try to keep that line, like you say, vertical, straight up and down. And always about 90% of them hit it on that drop on. So if you don't follow it down, you'll miss a lot of the hits.
Yeah, I'll tell you, these are all nice walleyes,
fish,
you know, Larry. But show the folks what you're doing with your rod now. You say they, but leave it down there for a second and just show the folks. So you want it to.
I'm basically keeping that line and always following it down. I kind of fling it high, and then I follow it down. I slow it down. And obviously don't have a minnow on there because I just got pounded.
Right, but not real big jerks.
No,
just smooth.
No, real smooth and consistent.
Good job, man. We were fishing the Wolf River in New London, a 2-hour drive from Milwaukee, 3.5 hours from Chicago, and 5 hours from Minneapolis. For all your fishing news and more information on all our shows, visit lake-link.com. Keyword Gillespie. Oh, look at that bass! Look at this walleye!
Oh, look at that fish, folks.
Hi folks, John Gillespie here. I ice fish over 100 days a year, and Frabill is my choice for gear that helps me catch more fish and keeps me comfortable on the ice. Check out Frabill's new flip-over shelters. They now feature modular seating. You can choose the number and location of seats that you need. You can easily stack 4 tubs and load them into a single pickup truck. And I know Frabill has the best pullover shelters on the market.
What my Vexlar has taught me over the years is to move to the fish and not wait for the fish to come to me. It's also taught me to change my lures and presentation to the mood of the fish and not fish with the same lure all day if I'm not catching anything. It's also allowed me to fish through the water column, to find schools of suspended fish and catch fish in the middle of the day when most people are waiting for the sun to go down. I won't go fishing without my Vexlar.
With 15,000 beautiful lakes, Wisconsin is a great place to fish. Call 1-800-432-TRIP or visit travelwisconsin.com.
Ooh, there. Can you grab that Frabill again there, buddy? Oh, you got him. Nice save. Now there's a Frabill fish right there, man. That was a good job, Larry. That was neat.
No problem, John.
Hey, you know, one thing I want to talk about, you know, this is late November, and I thought we'd have ice by now, and you and I'd be ice fishing.
Yeah,
but,
I wish we were ice fishing.
Your ice fishing business is ready to go, huh?
Yep, it is. We got everything all set, and you know, that's probably my favorite thing to do too, John.
Well, it's one of my favorites too, but where will you be ice guiding this year primarily?
We'll be, Winnebago's going to be hot this year. That's my feeling because we got such a high number of fish, and plus we've got a low number of shad. It's the fishing all fall out there has been fantastic.
But you'll be on Petenwell too and Lake
Castle Rock
all
and
of
Dubay,
central Wisconsin.
Yep, and it should be a fabulous year.
Oh, nice walleye.
Good job.
Huh?
You're kicking my butt today.
Whoa, Larry.
I had to get one, John. You're out of commission.
Yeah, I got a tie jig on here. Hold that one up. Another nice male. But you know, that's the cool thing is there's very few snags here, folks. That's the first jig that I have lost all morning.
I was surprised that you hooked up on that.
That's kind of a nice deal, and I'll tell you, it's getting warmer too, buddy.
It's nice. I'm going to peel these pants off in another 10
Well, I'll
minutes.
tell you, that's 10 beautiful male walleyes that we've got. And again, I want to reiterate to the folks at home, you know, we're not fish hogs, but you know, keeping these males is not going to harm the system, isn't it?
No, that's why usually anything that's over like 17 inches we release, John.
Oh,
Keep everything
okay.
14 to 17. Here we go.
What are you doing, trying to catch up to me?
Yeah,
there,
I
buddy?
got it. You got me.
Hey, that one feels, oh,
You're just swamping me.
Another nice walleye. Good job, Larry. You know what's interesting, though, is we're on a bend here. Is that kind of what you're looking for, a bend in the river, Larry? Turn around and tell the folks.
John, anywhere where there's some deep water, that's the main thing. That one's a little bit small. I'm going to let him go. But any place you got deep water, it could be on a straight stretch, could be on a bend. Right now, mostly everything's coming out of 15 to 20 feet.
And what we're doing, folks, is we're making what we call passes. We're going up and over the same spot over and over again.
Yep.
Huh?
Once you locate them, just keep working them.
Larry,
Yeah,
after I retied there, buddy, I just had to retie. There we go. Another walleye. I'll tell you, folks, for late November, this is really just a blast. And, you know, as long as we don't get ice, Larry, this fishing stays good, huh?
John, we'll be fishing for another month up here.
Really?
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to have to break some ice.
Is that a keeper?
That's a keeper,
That's
yep.
a keeper. So guys can do this into December, huh?
Oh yeah, as long as we can get out. That's the only problem, John. There you go.
Now, do you still guide, even though we might have ice and we might not? Will you take guys out on the river?
You know, John, every day. There's no doubt about that. I'll make sure we get out.
Cool. Hey. Well, I moved to the back of the boat here. I wanted to give Bob a chance to catch some fish, and there we go. Hey, hey. I'll tell you, though, this is kind of nice sitting back here and relaxing, you know, catching the walleyes.
That spot dried up.
But you know, one thing I want to talk about, folks, when I called Larry last night and asked him how the fishing was, he said get here early in the morning. So if guys want to come up and do this, or on the Fox River and the Wolf, morning is the best, Larry?
I tell you, John, mornings have been pretty hard to beat. You can get them all day long, but that first 2-3 hours really is the key time. So if you want to get up early, most of the time you can get your limit and be back home by noon.
Bob-a-roo! Hey, Bob's going to finally break through here in the plus column. Did you miss him?
He lost him.
Oh, Bob, come on, Bob-a-roo!
You know, Bob's got a problem. He doesn't like to set the hook. He likes to just pull up. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, yay. Oh, Larry. I thought you were going to swing him in like a tuna.
He wasn't looking
hold that walleye up,
that's
folks.
Nice
Wait, this is a real nice male, isn't it?
Yeah,
now that is a gorgeous walleye, Larry.
Boy, look how thick that is.
There we go in the back of the boat. Here we go. Hey, you got us back on him there. We went through a little kind of a cool spill there. That's another nice one. Oh, look at that. All those two up together up in the, well, here, I'll grab mine for you. Oh, that is gorgeous. You know, at the end of the day, folks, what we're going to do is Larry's going to clean these, but what I want you to look at when he cleans these fish is how white the fillets are on these walleyes.
Look at that. They're nice.
They're just superb eating walleyes, and I've said that several times over the course of the show, but I can't believe this, man. In late November, can you ice fish the rivers like the Fox and the Wisconsin River, Larry, or the Wolf River?
John, most of these fish move back out into the lake. That's back into the Winnebago system. There's a few spots up here, but it's not worth it. It's better off going out in the lake and fishing them. Okay, and you'll be guiding out there for that. But hold those two up together. Those are two nice. Those are actually 15, 16-inch walleyes. Just real perfect pretty eaters. Fish. Come on, Bob. What are you doing up there in the front there, man? Bob hasn't even caught a fish yet.
Hey, Bob. Now let's see if Bob can get this one in, Larry. You got to help with the Frable there.
Oh, he got one.
All right, Bob. Hold up your fish there. Woo! Bob's in the plus column. Way to go, Bob-a-roo. Now he can eat some walleye there, Larry.
Instead of eating crow, he's going to eat some walleye.
Now, can you catch walleyes in the middle of the day, though, too?
Yeah, anytime, John. The mornings are always the best for the most part. No, keep them. But, you know, all day long you can get fish. That's the nice part about this fall fishing. There we go.
Oh, Larry. There you go, buddy.
I just switched the blue, too.
Hey, good job. Hold that one up again, folks. These are pretty much all the same size fish.
Cookie cutters.
Do you ever catch a 3-pounder?
Once in a while, John, in this fall, you'll get a big one or two. You know, we always let them go anyways. These are the ones to keep and eat.
Hey, you know what time it is right now?
What time is it?
It's time now to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2003 Fishing Contest. Dale Smith of Colgate, Wisconsin is this week's first winner. Dale caught this 24-inch largemouth bass on Pine Lake on a Rapella. Becky Cleveland of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin moved into the winner's circle with this 15-inch perch caught on Lake Gogebic on a nightcrawler. Bill Weber of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin boated this 35-inch, 17-pound rainbow trout on Lake Michigan on a ripple lure. And Glenn Fields Jr. of Berlin, Wisconsin rounds out this week's winners with this 38-pound flathead catfish caught on a live sucker. All of the winners will receive a $25 Mills Fleet Farm gift card, and they'll be eligible for our end-of-the-year grand prize drawing. To enter, folks, is simple. Just snap a picture of your trophy catch and stop in at your favorite Mills Fleet Farm store to pick up an entry blank. Mills Fleet Farm supports catch and release and keeping our water safe and clean. Mills Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters.
I still need something for my son and for my sister and stocking stuffers for my husband.
Get gifts for everyone at Mills Fleet Farm. This Presto Pizzazz pizza oven makes great fresh or frozen pizza with no preheating. It's on sale for just $47.99. If you're looking for handy tools to fill a stocking, how about this Lufkin tape set or snips that come with a leather holster? Choose either one for just $9.49.
Boy, did I get a lot done.
Save time while you save money. Just make one stop to Mills Fleet Farm.
We catch more fish because of AquaView. Look at that school of bass 22 feet down. I can see what they are and what they're doing. Now I'm going to pull up to this submerged tree here and check it out. Sure enough, suspended crappies. This is a great spot. Now I'm marking fish on my locator here, but I don't know what they are. Oh man, it's just a school of carp. Without the aqua view, I'd be wasting my time. Moving on to the next spot now, there's walleyes. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, is that cool? Look at all those perch down there. Say, there we go. Nice perch. If you're not fishing with aqua view, you're missing the boat. Look at this walleye!
Oh, nice trout. Look at that fish, folks.
Hi folks, John Gillespie here. I ice fish over 100 days a year, and Frabill is my choice for gear that helps me catch more fish and keeps me comfortable on the ice. Here's the original Pro Thermal tip-up. Don't be left in the cold with an uninsulated tip-up. The white insulation always keeps your ice holes from freezing. Tackle box, line clip, and easy storage make the Pro Thermal the only choice with tip-up technology.
The new stealth technology makes the world's best ice auger even better.
Ice fishing pro Dale Stroshine has drilled thousands of holes through the ice, everyone with a Jiffy.
The stealth features 5 cutting surfaces. It's the smoothest Jiffy ice drill ever built. The stealth PowerPoint grabs fast for quick starts. The stealth ripper blade blows right through the ice, and the Block De-Icer armor prevents ice buildup. The new Jiffy Stealth technology gives me more time to catch these.
Jiffy, for over 50 years, we put America on ice. The Jiffy Stealth, winner of 3 consecutive World Speed Championships. Bob the man. All right, Bob-a-roo there. Hey, Larry, all you have to do is get him up there in the front of the boat with you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, again, folks, these are just perfect eating walleyes. Bob, a big smile for you there, buddy, with your Frabill hat on. Now, Larry, one thing I want to talk about, again, is this ice fishing deal now. Do you have openings for your ice fishing business?
Yeah, I do, John. I tell you, that's probably my favorite thing to do. And, you know, one thing about the ice fishing, we supply everything. You know, we've got all the shacks, transportation. Only thing you really need to do is bring something to drink. We even supply a meal out there.
So on average, when do you figure you start? About mid-December?
We always start right before Christmas, John, and we run it right till about the first week of March. So it's a good time, a great time to bring kids out too and get them involved in ice fishing.
Hey, Bob's now. Look at this Bob guy, man. I'll tell you something. You know, you give him a little heat there.
Yeah,
and you really turn to hold him up.
Heat earlier.
Another nice fish there. But one thing I want to talk about, folks, and we kind of touched on it earlier in the program, is the type of bait we're using. And I think in the Winnebago system, the type of bait that you buy is really important, Larry. Show the folks at home what kind of shiners we're using, okay? Pick one out of there so we can actually see it. But all the years that I've fished with you, I think it's important to point this out.
These are what they call an emerald shiner, John. Some guys call them a Milwaukee shiner.
Right.
And it's more of a natural forage to the Winnebago system versus the fatheads. Fatheads work at times too, but I prefer the shiners.
And it's the shine in the water that makes a difference, don't you think?
Exactly. The old
hey, here we go, the Gillespie back in the fish column.
You've been slacking a little bit.
Well, actually, one thing I want to talk about here, Larry, and I think this, can you come back here for a second? I want to just talk to the folks about what we're using here. You know, we kind of showed the jigs that we were using, but I went to a heavier jig because I broke off, and it's actually, I think I'm going to go back to the smaller jig.
Yeah, I would, because you want something that drops a little slower too. It's real important, John.
Ooh, Larry. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to. Well, maybe I will just flip them in. What the heck, you know? We've caught so many walleyes that, you know, flipping them in doesn't really make any difference. But I worry when I had that 4-pound test line on.
That's good line.
Isn't that just a gorgeous walleye? And folks, again, you can do this all the way until this ice is up and probably about the middle of December. But Larry, one other thing I want to mention, time of day. Does it make a difference early morning, late evening, or does it matter?
John, I tell you, I like the mornings the best. And a lot of mornings, you know, if you get out here early enough, in the first, 2-3 hours, you can have your limit and go on to doing something else. But, you know, they'll bite all day. You just got to move back and forth, and it's not as consistent most of the time. But, you know, we've been out for, 2 hours, and we've caught 20 fish already.
You know what surprised me is the number of boats. A lot of guys are taking advantage of these fall runs.
They certainly are, John. I'll tell you, it seems like that a lot of times it seems like nobody works anymore.
Well, you don't. Larry Smith guides all the waters in central Wisconsin on a daily basis. For more information, give Larry a call. That phone number is 920-361-4996. 361-4996.
John calls home. The waters in the woods, John calls home.
Without a Yamaha ATV, you're not going very far. The Grizzly 660 Automatic, the only ATV with push-button front diff lock and four-wheel independent suspension. Where you go now is up to you. Now, get a 2,500-pound Warn winch for just $69.95 with select models.
Come to Menards for the best selection of Christmas trees. Choose from fresh cut Scotch or white pine, balsam, or Fraser fir. All #1 quality. 4 to 5 foot Scotch pine are just $8.99. Or for something truly unique, check out this 6-foot fiber optic tree that dances with color. $69.95 each. This 7-foot Monroe pine is pre-lit with 550 GE lights, $78.88 each. Get tremendous savings at Menards.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
I'm here at MW Marine, and I'll tell you folks, you just gotta see this Alumacraft Navigator. It's a huge 16-footer with a 52-inch live well. Hey, it's even got a bait well. It's powered by a smooth, dependable 50-horsepower Mercury engine. It has 2 7-foot-long locking rod boxes that will hold 10 rods comfortably. This package includes trolling motor, locator, and more for about $12,000. Get your new Mercury-powered boat from MW Marine today. I'll tell you, Larry, anywhere in the state of Wisconsin, no, anywhere in the world, that is a beautiful mess of walleyes. And folks, we got our limit in literally about an hour and a half, 2 hours of fishing, and we could just keep on catching them all day long if we wanted to. But this type of fishing that we experienced today is going to continue on until this ices up, which is usually when?
John, it's usually right around the 1st of December is about when we stop getting out. But, you know, our falls have been getting later and later as far as, you know, the cold conditions. So, you know, it could be into the middle of December. It all depends on, you know, the weather conditions.
Well, thanks, buddy. Had a great time.
Bob.
I know you'll still be guiding, Bob. I'm glad you caught your 3. And, folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet, but we'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying Wisconsin's waters and woods.
The skies are clear, shine on and on. Wisconsin woods and waters we all own. The skies are clear, shine on and on. The waters and the woods, John